What is up, all you Boston Silver Scar fans, and welcome to our Season 3 Week 2 PGL match versus Professor Willow and the United Kingler. Today we are rocking out with a post commentary because I did a live comm of this, and my screen for the actual screen is black. So you can see my webcam, you see me talking, but the screen's black. Just like that one time it was frozen, we were sitting on a park bench. Remember that? That was really weird. So pretty much the same thing happened. So today we're going to be doing a post commentary, which is actually a really good thing because this battle ended up being like an hour plus long, or however long the battle timer is. It went down to like 5 minutes remaining. So crazy long battle. So I'm actually kind of happy we're doing it as a post-com anyways, although at the same time, I just did that battle and my mind is melted right now, but I'm going to try and do this anyways because it's really the only time today that I have to do a match. So we decided not to bring Charizard Y this week. I had an extremely slow team, and I was so nervous that that would be our downfall. So if you check it out right here, we got Blastoise, Mega Blastoise. We got Donphan, aka Banjo, Fairy Tail, aka the Gramble, Conkeldurr, Dirty Dan, Tyrion, the Victini, and Mani, the Umbreon. Now, before we start this match, I want to let you know, I brought the wrong Umbreon this week. So this Umbreon has Toxic, Heal Bell, Protect, and Wish. It's the same Umbreon from last week, week 1. And it was not meant to have that. It was meant to have, and I feel like I shouldn't tell people this because, you know, it's an awesome strategy, but people know it anyways, I guess. So I brought Curse, Sucker Punch, Heal Bell, and Baton Pass. And the plan was to Curse up and Baton Pass to Conkeldurr, who is holding an Assault Vest and would be able to eat hits from everything all day, every day, and take out all of his Mons. And during the match, we have an opportunity to do that. And I realized Umbreon doesn't have those moves, and I got really sad. So this match ended up being a lot different than I had intended. It was a crazy good match. I'm not going to tell you what happened, but just know it is super long. And when it comes to it, I'll be talking about the battle, but since I'm not really too great at post-coms, I don't know. He ends up leading off with his Starmie, and I lead off with Cannons, the Blastoise, and I'm like, this is perfect. Couldn't get any better. I go ahead, I Mega Evolve, knowing he's going to switch out. I go for, well, not knowing, but I go for the Dark Pulse, figuring that if he did stay in, Dark Pulse is going to kill that thing, but Dark Pulse also did a good amount to all the rest of his Mons, so it was the safe play. So I go for that Dark Pulse. I believe it does about 50% or more to this Spirit Tomb. So, by the way, his team was pretty much what I had predicted. I thought he was going to bring Rapidash, but instead he brought both the Shift Tree and Spirit Tomb, and I thought maybe he might bring one or the other, but he ended up bringing both, so that was kind of interesting. But other than that, the rest of his team I had predicted. He brings in Psychic, the Mega Medicham. This thing's scary. It can OHKO anything on my team except for 2 Mons, one of them being Banjo. So I switch into here to Banjo, the Donphan, and he's going to go ahead pop that Mega Evolution. Now, the only thing is, I brought Donphan in right here because Donphan was only on my team for Rapidash. That was the only Pokemon he was on my team for, and Rapidash didn't come. So I was like, you know what, Banjo, if you get sacked off, whatever. It does a lot more damage than I thought it would do. I thought it would do like maybe 60, but ends up doing even more. Finishes Banjo. Banjo doesn't even touch this thing. Really sad day. Banjo gets completely wasted, and Tyrion comes out because Tyrion could take a high jump kick. But he ends up switching out to Majin Buu, who is going to get this U-turn, which doesn't do too much. I just was figuring U-turn because I thought he'd probably switch away from Medicham so he doesn't have to take a V-Create, you know. So I went for the U-turn, kind of being like, so this way I can predict and, you know, counter. So we go with the Fairy Tail, who's going to intimidate this thing. Doesn't really matter because that thing's obviously special. Holding the leftovers, so that's actually good for us because I thought it was going to be Assault Vest, but luckily for us it wasn't. He switches out, expecting the Play Rough. Play Rough's going to hit this Mount Crushmore and not do very much. It should do around like 25%, maybe 30. Yeah, so didn't really do too much. So we decided, you know what, we got to get out of here. We don't want to lose Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail's really good for the Goodra. So we come out to Cannons, thinking he's going to set up the Stealth Rocks, and that ends up being what he does. He does set up the Stealth Rocks. At this point, our predictions are on point. I'm like, okay, this is good. We're really predicting everything. I should really stick with our predictions. But then he comes out with Bowie, and I go for Hydro Pump. So, you know, if I'd gone for the Dark Pulse there, like I was trying to tell myself to, it would have killed this thing, and we would have had way less problems later in the future. He goes for Thunder. We're going to live on like 7 HP. It's 7 HP exactly. Wow, this is really ingrained in my memory right now. So, all right, here I'm like, let's just rapid spin. Like, you know what? We're going down. We're going to rapid spin, get rid of those rocks, and, you know, Bowie's low enough for now. So, Side Shock hits us, takes us down, ends up being a crit, not like it mattered at all. And I'm thinking, shoot, what can I do? And I'd send out Fairy Tale. Here, I think I should have sent out Victini. I don't know what I was thinking by sending out Fairy Tale. I honestly can't remember. But Fairy Tale, I decided to go for another Play Rough. And here we got pretty lucky. We end up scoring ourselves a Play Rough crit. So we did a lot more damage than we should have right there, which was really good. So we go for another Play Rough, it connects, and we take down Mount Crushmore. So we take him down a couple of his mons pretty early, but he's done the same to us. I believe we're 2-2 right now. I wish it would tell us because it doesn't on, you know, the playback, but goes for Fake Out, kind of stinks, but whatever. I believe we decide just to go for another Play Rough. As he goes for the knockoff, knocks us off our Salt Vest, which is really big trouble for us in the future, because we needed that for the Majin Buu, the Gudra, and he ends up going for a Rock Slide, which we can live. I was scared that he might flinch us, but here we go. We're going to connect our Play Rough. He's going to live with that Focus Sash. I knew it was going to be Focus Sash. Darn it. But, yeah, so he ends up switching out to save that thing for later, and I'm thinking, let's go for another Play Rough. I think is what I decided. Yes, so I go, and it missed. If we had connected that Play Rough, it would have been huge. This thing would have been dead, and we would have never had to worry about it ever again. But we missed the Play Rough. So I guess, you know, that was sort of like equal and opposite reaction right there. We get the crit on Mount Rushmore. We get the miss on killing the Majin Buu. That thing would have been dead. Most likely. I don't know. He did look like he was running some defense investment, so maybe he could have lived it, but I really don't think so. Here comes Monty. I'm thinking, awesome. This is where I curse. I set up my curses. I switch out baton passing to Conkelder, and I'm like, no. Those moves are missing. It's my week 1 Umbreon on the team right now. So I go for a poison, and he's got hydration. He sets up the rain. I'm like, we lost, boys. We lost. Because my whole plan this week was Umbreon baton passing the curses to Conkelder, and look at how little damage Muddy Water did. We could have cursed baton passing Conkelder, and he would have ate those. It would have done 20% to him, and he could have Mach Punched everything on his team from here on out, nearly killing them all, or killing them with an Oko, because everything's so weak right now, low HP, and plus we had Ice Punch from Majin Buu, who, like, couldn't even touch Conkelder with, like, would do less than 20% with his Muddy Waters. But I brought the wrong freaking Umbreon, so I got so mad at myself. We go ahead, we synchronize that poison right back. And that kind of, this poison's really good for him, because it puts me on the rope for a little bit. We'll have to wait and see if I recover from it or not, but puts me on the ropes because now I got the Toxic eating away at me, and it's just, like, not good. And I'm already flustered that our Umbreon is not the Umbreon that I enlisted this week, so I got so mad at that, guys. You don't even know. So mad at myself for that. So this match, like, during the live comm, I'm not salty about any hacks because I got some hacks, he got some hacks. You know, it worked out both ways that way, so I never got mad at anything like that. I got mad at myself for bringing the wrong Umbreon. I forgot to check my PC for the new Umbreon that I genned. So it just, like, it screwed me over, guys. You don't even know. But here we go. We bring out Dirty Dan, the Conkelder. Nice SpongeBob reference. And I'm like, you know, it's time to Ice Punch. I'm pretty sure it's what I do. But watch how much this Muddy Water does. It does nothing. If we had cursed Conkelder right here, we would have won the game. But I brought the wrong Umbreon. So Ice Punch brought him down pretty low. From here, I was thinking I could go for a Mach Punch. It might kill, but might not. I think we actually did end up going Mach Punch, though. I'm not sure. We did go Mach Punch. Then I decided later that actually that was a really bad play because we would have lived another Muddy Water anyways. So, but for some reason I ended up clicking Mach Punch. And we Mach Punched that Pancham, getting a little bit of chip damage on it. So now out comes the Tyrion because I knew he was the only thing that could take a high jump kick on my team, and he eats it up pretty decently. We go for that V-Create, and I'm thinking, yes, this thing is dead. This thing is DED dead. And it somehow lived. He put some great defense investment into that thing. Man, oh man. So he goes for another high jump kick, and I'm like, gosh darn it. Down goes Victini. Victini was really my only thing that wanted to take on that Medicham, and we just lost it. Other than that, Victini was only really good against a couple of his Mons, and we had other replacements for it, so I wasn't too worried about losing Victini, other than that Medicham. That Medicham is scary, man. Never want to face that thing again. Here comes the Mach Punch. We take out the Shift Tree. Not bad. So Conkeldurr is putting in tons of work this match. Dirty Dan is the man. And he sends out Bowie, and I'm like, darn it. I'm thinking, we could go for Mach Punch, but it probably won't kill. So I switch to Mani. This is where things get scary for a while. He goes for Side Shock. We eat it because obviously we're immune, so it doesn't affect us. And we got our Poison, and it's just not going to look pretty from here. You guys will see. Poison starts chipping away at us. And he goes for a cover, and I'm like, darn it, he's got Recover. That's like, because I was thinking if we can keep him low, we can go ahead and get that Mach Punch Conkeldurr on him, and it would be great. But, yeah, we end up not doing it. So, oh well. And now we're just kind of on the fences, and this is where the stalling starts and where, like, hours go by. It seriously was like 45 minutes of stall at this point, because since I brought the wrong Umbreon, that's all I could do. I literally only had Protect, Toxic, Heal Bell, and Wish. That's all I had, so I had to roll with what I had. And I tried to make the best of it, and you guys will see that. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, you guys are going to be watching a little bit of stall here and there. And he's going to withdraw Bowie. I believe he goes into his Goodra. Here comes Majin Buu, who I believe we go for... Oh, we went for Protect, obviously. You know, not really the greatest move there, but it was just in case. And there's leftovers. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I didn't hear my girlfriend just got home, and I'm trying to figure out what the heck she's doing. So he sets up the Rain Dance, and that's really not good for us, because now we can't even Toxic Stall this thing. So here comes Heal Bell. We're going to heal ourselves from our Poison. Thank God we got that done, because if we had not, we would have lost, for sure. Like, we would have lost Mani right away and just had no chance at all of coming back. And there's still hope right now. There still is hope that we could pull this off. We just got to be really, really careful with our moves, very cautious, think through every single move, predict, and make some big plays. So we set up our Wish, because you know what? If this dude hits us with a Hydro Pump in the rain, we are going to go down. So we need to Wish back up right away. And so we set up the Wish. He's going to go for Thunder in the rain, which I was like, I didn't even think about that. But I don't think it does too much yet. It doesn't even do that much. So we're like, okay, we can eat these moves. We can eat this. We set up the Toxic on the Starmie, and which is probably one of the better plays we've made this entire game. Even though I still wish we had the Curse Umbreon. I can't believe it. So Poison's going to be taking away on this Bowie, and things are looking a little bit better because we can take some Hydro Pumps. We just got to stay on top of our Wish game and hope that eventually we can take that stupid Starmie down. And it's Life Orb too is the worst part, so it's doing like extra damage, and it's just like, oh, please don't. Please don't. But it's okay, because we got ourselves a Protect, so we Protect stall all day. Toxic Protect, Toxic Protect, Toxic Protect, Wish. Oh man, but that's the majority of this part of the battle. It's just all this this stalling one after another after another after another, and I feel like I shouldn't even commentate this part because it's just like so long. So how was your day, everybody? Go ahead and leave your comments down now. So I mean, let's talk about some stuff, because this is all just stall. I'm not going to be like commentating about the stall too much. So if I really do feel like if I had brought Umbreon, the Umbreon I wanted, which was sitting in my PC, I just forgot to take it out of the PC, this game would have been a lot different. I would have I had the perfect opportunity to curse Baton Pass, and in my live comm I even talk about doing that until I look at my moveset. And it was on the Majin Buu going for those Muddy Waters. It was doing like 20 HP to me, and I could eat those all day. And I was just thinking, if I just curse like twice, pass it to Kingler, I could Mach Punch everything for here on out. And you know what? I wish I had, and I wish I had checked my mons next week. I learned from this mistake. I'm going to be bringing the what should we call it there? I'm going to be bringing that, I'm going to be checking my PC before every match now, because that was just so unfortunate. He becomes healthy again because he goes for rest. I had no idea he had rest, so that means he does not have Draco Meteor. So at this point, I'm like, yes, okay, we're good. We're in the clear. This thing cannot hurt us. We've got this. So my plan here is to set up a curse. I don't know if it's right this second or not, or if it's later in the game, but I decide that we need to do something right now because we're running out of time. If the battle timer goes down, it goes to whoever the computer says won, and that would have been him at this point because I think it was 3-2. It might have been 2-2 right now, but you never know which one the computer's going to pick at that point. So I go, and I'm like, we need to make a move, otherwise we're going to lose. So at some point, I decide to set up a wish and pass to Kingler against this Majin Buu, because Majin Buu can't touch Kingler. So with it only having muddy water, that is, you know, it couldn't do anything to us. So at some point I realized this and do it. I just am afraid that if I do it, the Starmie is going to come out in Psyshock, which wouldn't have been an issue if we had like 2 curses up, because we could have went for our Thunder Punch and destroyed the Starmie and lived to Psycho, or not a Psycho Cut, a Psyshock. I think it was running Psyshock, I think. Or it might have been a Psycho Cut, I don't know. Why would it be a Psycho Cut? No, it was a Psyshock. So if we had gotten up 2 curses, we would have lived to Psyshock, pretty confident in that. And gone for Thunder Punch and finished it, and then Mach Punched everything else. And it would have been golden, but I'm going to be talking about that all day apparently, but I don't know what to fill this with. So here we go. I think this is where we make the play to come out into Dirty Dan. There he is, the Kingler, and he's going to go ahead, Sludge Bomb us. I'm like, please don't poison me. That would be the worst. We aren't Guts, we're Iron Fist. We do get all the health back from the Wish. He does not poison us. Our dream comes true. He's going to Muddy Water us, and look at how little this does. Boom. We could have lived those all day, every day. And we go for the knockoff, thinking he might switch into Starmie here, so that would have killed Starmie, but he didn't. So we knock off the leftovers, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So I go for the Ice Punch, hoping to finish this thing off. And of course he lives on 1 HP, and I'm like, how did that happen? We go for Mach Punch. We missed the Mach Punch because he just lowered our accuracy stat with Muddy Water, and I'm like, this game, it's hacks for hacks. It's just craziness. Like, we both got so much luck at certain key points of the game. Me missing the play rough for him, me missing the Mach Punch for him, me getting the crit on the Mount Crushmore. It just was so like back and forth. And so he comes out with Starmie, and I'm holding on to Kingler, thinking Kingler's Mach Punch takes on the Metachamp, so I gotta hold on to Kingler a little bit longer. Hopefully Monty can take down this Bowie. If not, we're kind of in trouble. This is where we begin to stall again, and it takes up a huge portion of the match, where eventually, though, I'm like, I'm gonna take a risk, and I'm gonna go out to Kingler, and we'll wait for that to happen while we talk about some other stuff. So I don't even know what to talk about, because I don't know. This is I don't know, man. But luckily for us, we have the poison up on this thing, so we can try to like toxic stall it a bit. And at some point, I decide to stop going for Wish Protect and start going for Toxic in case he switches in Metacham. That way we hit the Metacham with Toxic and it dies. You know what I mean? Like, it'll probably kill us, Mani, or we could go for Protect or whatever, and Toxic will take it down. So that was my plan, and at some point we start doing that because he just is stuck recovering. He has to recover all day because he's on the ropes. So I'm like, I'm not going to waste my wishes if he's not hitting us after this, obviously. I set up a wish right now because I'm thinking he's probably going to Hydro Pump us. So I set up this wish. Actually, no, this is where the Kingler switch comes in, I think. Let's see. It is. Okay, so I was like, okay, Kingler's coming out, and what does he do? He completely predicts that, and props to him for predicting that, because this game would have been over if he had not predicted that side shot right here and taken out Kingler. So props for that move, dude. That was amazing. Go check out Professor Willow YouTube channel in the description, along with all the other coaches and PGL members and YouTube, all that stuff. So go check it out. So now we're really like, oh no, we've got just Monty the Umbreon going up against Bowie the Starmie and the Medicham, which Medicham's on like 1 HP. Bowie's pretty low on the fence with this poison, but it's just like, what do we do? You know what I mean? Like, this is the end, boys. This is the end. So it's really looking bad. He's just gonna be going for those constant recovers though, because we've got him on the ropes, and I'm kind of getting nervous. He's getting back more HP than Toxic's taking away, and I'm thinking, does Toxic only go to a certain amount of HP? And that's something I still don't know after this game, if Toxic only takes away a certain amount of HP or not, like maximum, but I don't know. So, but eventually, as you guys will see, he does start to lose more health than he gained, so I think Toxic was increasing just very slowly. So we go for a Protect. It fails because he's going for a Recover. And as you guys will see, I think right here is where it's finally like noticeable that he's actually taking more health than he's healing. So, oh, not yet, but next turn. So you'll start to see that, and we're thinking we're kind of okay here because I think Bowie will go down to Toxic. My only concern is the Medicham now, because Medicham will OHKO a Dark type, no doubt about it. So a high jump kick scares me here, and we avoid that Thunder, which is great. And we go for Toxic just in case Medicham comes in here. And he doesn't. He decides to let Bowie go down to the Toxic. And I'm like, thank goodness. Now it's a 1v1. This is the closest match ever for me. So I go for the Protect. He goes for Fake Out. His Fake Out fails because I Protect. I get the double Protect. So I luck out. He goes for High Jump Kick. Sidekick is dead. We win the match from a double Protect. My mind was blown. It was, that game literally had hacks for both sides for days. I missed like 8 moves. I got crits and a double Protect. It was hacks for hacks. You can't complain about that. I really wish we had brought the correct Umbreon, because like I said, I think our differential would have been a lot better, and I really don't mean anything like offensive-wise to Willow that way. I just mean like that play was so unpredicted, and Goodra, as you guys saw, could touch neither Mani or the Conkeldurr. So if we had done that, we had the game, guys. I just goofed up, and like I said, I don't mean that against Willow. Like, I'm not trying to like defend like oh, I did so bad and whatever, but it was like a legitimate mistake of not bringing that one, and I need to be more careful next time going into the future. Props to Willow, really great match. It was anybody's game right there at the very end. So go check out his channel. Link is down below, like I said, as well as the PGL YouTube and Twitter. Go ahead, give him a follow, give him a subscribe, because there's cool stuff over there, like interviews against coach interviews, power rankings, things like that, and Baby Powder is hilarious. But anyways, guys, I gotta get out of here. See you guys all in the next one. Till then, though, stay frosty. Peace out.